Let me know when we're live.
Hi.
Oh, we
We're
are
live.
live. Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Um, this is the finale discussion of Dancing with the Stars season 25. So the finale was last night. It was a late night. The episode ended later than usual, so we're doing this today because for most people who are watching and Hannah, it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. It's not for me, but I don't have to work in the morning, so I'm not worried. So, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and the show ended really late last night, and I had to work all day today. But we are here now to discuss the finale of season 25.
And here's Zoe. I wanted to show her off one more time before the end of the season.
Oh.
Oh, here she is. We've had her for almost a year now. Cause it's my last season. The day after last season ended, we had to put my cat. I mean, last fall season ended. We had to put my cat down, Rosie, who I've shown before. I believe, and on other YouTube videos, and it was just sad. And like, it was after someone I wanted to win really badly lost, and it just sucked. And then we got Zoe a few weeks later, so it's been almost a year of her. So
Oh, we've had Zoe in the family for almost a
you
year.
want to leave, right? Yeah, I will let you out now. Okay, there you go.
Bye, Zoe.
I just wanted to share one more appearance. Okay, so last night, it was a 2-hour finale as usual. And I feel like they actually tried to make it like worth watching for the 2 hours because they had 2 scored dances for
They
each
did.
of the final 3. They had the fusions, which they normally do last, and then before that they had a dance that they were a redo dance, but it was the actual routine they did in the past. It wasn't a new routine, but the style they were redoing. So they did dances they'd already done earlier in the season.
That's
And they
right.
got scored on those, and they all got 40s on that. I mean, 30s, because Julianne wasn't judging tonight. So, or last night, or whatever. I'm a mess. But yeah, so that all got 30s, which basically means the margin's smaller. So, and then the fusion dances happen later. So they started off. They did the redo dances pretty early in the show, eh?
They did. They like got straight into it. Like there wasn't much fluff. They were just like straight into the redo dances. And with this one, we got the long-awaited life packages, which we were just.
Oh my gosh.
They normally happen at the semifinals, and we thought we weren't getting them this season, but they surprised us the last second with the redo dances, and it was great.
Yeah. I felt robbed of Victoria's and Drew's.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Because I really think those would have been interesting. I mean, I have Drew's book, so like I can just tell you, just ask what you want to know about him. I have stuff that probably would have been shown in his. And Victoria, I'm sure they would have talked about her illness, but I liked having the other 3. I was very nervous when Lindsay started up and they showed the America's Got Talent thing, because all season long, like I feel like all season I've been waiting for someone to like pull the rug out from under me, and that's never happened. But like I was getting stressed because I'm like, okay, so they're showing America's Got Talent. We've been talking about this hypothetical package all season. They're showing her talking about her career, and I'm like, okay, here comes the clip with Derek with no context. For those who don't know, she did a video for, I think it was the Roundtable Rival song, actually, I'm not sure. Oh no, it was the Arena. What is she doing? Sorry, hang on. What are you doing? Okay. She's in her box again. I posted it on Twitter last night. She's just making noise to cardboard. So basically Lindsay, I thought we're gonna see the package with the one with the Derek clip, because she did an Argentine tango, which Derek taught her in like a couple hours, so it doesn't make her like the biggest ringer ever. Which people were saying it was who found that clip, but I thought they were just gonna show it in like a montage with no context, and I'm like, oh great, they're screwing her over.
But they didn't.
That. And like it's like all season though, I've been expecting in some way like the rug's gonna be pulled out from under us. Like I thought they were gonna mess up Drew getting into the finals, because like he was getting the votes to get there. So it's like, what are they gonna do? Like sudden immunity the week before the finals? If I remember that being discussed as a possibility. Yeah, and I thought they were gonna like show something really bad for like someone they didn't want to win, and they never really did that. Like there was no, other than TO's like the first 2 packages of his, I don't think there was any bad ones this season.
There really weren't. That was amazing. Like I didn't think that there were many bad packages this season.
Like, I'm sad we have to compliment them on that, but like after last season, which was the first of the new producers, and it made me very scared for the future of the show and what it would have been like. Like, this is like a 180. This is better than like, this was like less manipulated than any of the Rob Wade seasons, I think.
This one? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This was like this. The last time we had a season less manipulated than this, which I guess there's still a little bit, was like season 17. Which this season was a lot like season 17. So it's kind of cool there were some parallels there. Like
Oh,
specifically who the finalists were. Like I feel like there's a like obvious counterparts with Drew and Bill, and then Emma being his partner for both, and then Jack and Frankie, and Corbin and Jordan, which they literally showed this season.
they're literally the
Amber
same.
and Lindsay. But the only thing is the outcome at the end was different with the final two, but everything else was the same. So I don't. Yeah, I thought that was really neat, and it's like I don't know. It just felt more relaxed. I hope they continue in this direction. This was really good.
This was really good. I really liked there were no awful packages this season.
Like, you know, it's a good season when you don't get the winner you wanted, and yet it's still one of the better seasons. Yeah, that was still one of the better seasons.
It still was one of the better seasons. It really was. At least from the time that I've been watching, you know, nobody was constantly trashed. Nobody got nastied.
No one got Nastia, no one got Nancy, no one got Simoned, no one got Charlie.
I agree. Yep. So
Oh my god, I was low-key scared of Ralph. Because, like, if they pulled something out, like, the week to determine, like, a big challenge or whatever, or even immunity to determine who's going to the finals, that'd be getting Ralph. So I was kind of scared they were going to do that to Drew.
but it ended up not happening.
Yeah.
All right. So do we want to talk about the dances individually?
Yeah. I don't think we need to say much about the redo ones. Lindsay did Jive, which was With Me Before You Go Go. That was a really good one. I was hoping she'd do that one. I was kind of scared she was going to do the Argentine Tango, and like that's pretty much my favorite of hers besides the freestyle. But there's been kind of controversy surrounding that, and I guess they didn't want to open up that can of worms, so they're like, yeah, we're gonna go with this one.
I guess the idea was like to do a dance that they didn't get like off like a perfect score on. Like a lot, like they said, like, oh, it's our favorite dance of the season, but like I feel like if it was really their favorite dance of the season, like Jordan probably would have done the foxtrot, and he got a perfect on that already. So like, what was the point of redoing it if he already got a perfect?
I know Frankie got at least. Did he get? Was it one off from a perfect or two off from a perfect? I know he got like 110 on that.
He was one off from a perfect for the Argentine Tango.
Yeah, and then Lindsay got all nines on hers, and Jordan got all nines on his. So, Frankie did his Disney Week Pirates of the Caribbean or Argentine Tango, which was better this time. Which I actually said, oh yeah, he can get a 30. He can get a 30 for that one this time, because last time I was like, what?
Last time it was good, but it wasn't like all tens worthy. But this time it was all tens worthy.
And then Jordan did the samba, and I'm tripping over my words tonight. I think that got it got all eights the first time, because that was the night Frankie got the first 9.
Yes, it was.
I was kind of expecting Frankie to do that one again.
Me too, kind of. Like I was
dark last night, right?
But it's okay. Yeah, that's right. But it's okay. He'll do it on tour. I guarantee you that number's gonna be on tour.
Doing it on tour. That's like the thing. Like, even it's the same 2 troop members that could even do. Brandon and Sasha are gonna be there. So yeah, that like he'll probably do that. Speaking of which, I think we can just say it now. Both Frankie and Jordan are headlining supposedly the whole tour. I have a feeling like some people might be taking some days off here and there, like every tour. And especially because it's the winter and they're going to cold areas and people are going to get sick. But yeah, the plan is for them to headline the entire tour. And this opens up like a lot of cool possibilities. Like, what if they do some dances together? Like, sometimes I know in the newer tours, they've had some of the celebrities do new dances, not just what they did on the show. Like, I remember Lori doing like a dirty dancing thing.
I think I remember some video of that. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if Rashad did anything new, or I think Heather was involved in something new when she was doing her part of the last tour.
Rashad?
Did you get Heather or Rashad?
I got Rashad. I saw Rashad on the tour, and he did his cha-cha. That was like one of the first numbers, and he did his paso from movie week, and he did his freestyle, and that was like their finale number. Yeah. As far as like numbers in between, he was like included in a bunch of the guys' numbers, like the Disney one and like the Army one.
Good enough for that, because I remember seeing Alec on tour, and he didn't really do much besides his own dances, because like I know he was like kind of, yeah. And then I don't know if Alfonso and Rumor, when they were on tour, it was so much talking and like joking around with the audience that like they didn't really have time for a lot of new numbers.
That's true.
Yeah, so they're both going on tour. We can talk about that in a bit. So they had a bunch of performances in between the redos and the fusions, which I thought was good to do in the middle because like if usually in the finale, the first hour and like hour and 15 minutes, and in the case of last season, hour and a half and 15 minutes, so almost 2 hours is filler because last season's finale
Right.
started half an hour early for no reason. Like ABC needed filler, so they just like talked to the couples for half an hour. But I thought this was good because they had good holiday performances. Like the fall finales are good because they usually do Christmas stuff nowadays, and that started a couple seasons ago. They didn't really do that before, but it was fun. They had Lena Santa, and then they had Barbara doing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which I didn't really understand. And then they had
Debbie was singing.
Yeah, right?
Debbie and Jordan sang. We got Lindsay Sterling sang, Becky G sang, and Lindsay played violin.
Becky G is so going to be on this show.
At some point, she will.
That's
Absolutely.
happening for next season. People want to know what Sasha looks like.
I could see her with Sasha. I could also see her with Alan.
Yeah. It's because Sasha posted a picture with her. Maybe that's why. Like everyone has like all these dream celebrities for Alan next season. Like, it's gonna kind of suck if he's not a pro, because like, which I think I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I think it's possible considering usually when a first-time pro does not go very far in their first season. Troop.
Back to Troop, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I really don't. First and foremost, I think.
I mean, there's other pros that have been on longer that I would kick out before him. It's just I don't know what they're gonna do because like, okay, can I say it?
Say what?
Gleb.
You don't like Gleb?
I like Gleb. I think the GP is not really a fan of Gleb. They seem to really like Alan. They seem to really like Sasha. And Gleb has not made much of an impact in his seasons, and he got pimped to the finals one time, and he had that one dance, the shower thing, which was kind of cool. But I feel like I don't know. Just back next season as long as like there's. Well, I'm assuming he will be because usually there's more than one short celebrity anyway. But I don't think Mark's gonna be back for the next full season. And by next season, I mean season 26 in the fall. I'm not talking about the athletes thing.
Right, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Wait, we'll get to all this in a bit. I think we should probably just finish up the episode content.
Right. So let's talk about fusions, I guess.
Lindsay and Jordan both did extra performances, and then everyone got all pissy that Frankie didn't get to do anything.
Frankie's not a singer or anything. Like, what was he supposed to do? Recite the night before Christmas?
Oh my gosh, they could have given him an extra package, like of him doing something silly. Like Mr. T got one last season, and like nothing this season topped that. Like I was like waiting for something that funny to happen again, but like and like I don't know, but and then we didn't get the bloopers, which everyone was really disappointed in.
I was so upset about that. That was like the worst thing about the season. We did not get rehearsal bloopers. Those are my favorite thing. I look forward to those every single year.
I feel like that would have been really funny too.
I know, like with Drew in the cast and with Alan, being out there in the pros this season, that probably would have been funny. Frankie, funny. Everybody, funny.
Yeah, Rob. Like it would be like funny kind of cast, and like they would all say like wacky things, and just like do cute things in the background. Like I think the bloopers would have been really funny. What else? Like not much happened. It didn't feel like there was a lot of filler. Like they recapped all the weeks, and they talked about what happened. And then they had some people redo dances and some people do kind of new dances. And Sasha and Gleb didn't get to do anything.
Sasha and Gleb and Nikki and Artem had little segments in like the sleigh ride Debbie number.
I saw Nikki's, and Nikki was also the DJ in another dance, but I didn't see much Sasha.
Sasha got that one little bit in the sleigh ride number, and that was it, which was terribly upsetting because both of those girls deserve so much better this season.
Yeah. After the show, the non-finalists had this after party, and Nikki and Artem were like the main event. They were like everyone was wasted, and then they were doing like their Despacito dance in the middle of like where they're having the party, and like everyone was like freaking out. Oh my gosh!
I heard about this. That was funny.
Yeah. So then they did the fusions, and okay, this bothered me 2 seasons ago as well, because the first night of the finals they had a certain order, and usually, basically from like past like I don't know how many seasons, like quite a few years, if you're last or second last, you have a chance to win, and other than that, you're not winning.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been this way, but it's been that way for a long time. And it's the same with the fusions. So when you switch the dances, and there's only 3 couples left, you switch the order, and only so like Frankie was first of the 3 the last night, and then Lindsay was first of the 3 the second night. So it's like, okay, Jordan's winning, and like they did this with Lori too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so, and it's like, okay, there's no need to be that obvious. Like they act like they want to keep it suspenseful and draw it out, but like
The dance order for fusions usually can kind of be telling. I mean, didn't Romani go last in fusions last season, or am I making that up?
no, Rashad did. It was
Oh.
last season's, because I remember everyone was freaking out and like posting like fake news about what the order was for the fusions, and I was like totally buying into it, because that's when fake George was popular. Ignacio's an ABC News guy who like spills everything on Dancing with the Stars, and so there's like a fake George account now. Okay, Zoe, sorry, Zoe, don't play with the wire. Okay, I'm gonna go let her in my room. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. She ran into the bed. I'll just keep an eye on her. Sorry. So yeah, he's an ABC News announcer. He has a lot of coverage on Dancing with the Stars. He's there every week. He's the one who reveals the running order. So we like.
He's a good man. Everybody should definitely go tell George how much you love him, because he's a good dude.
Make sure it's the real George account though.
Yeah, make sure it's the real George.
Right now it's like Shakespeare and Pitbull.
I love Carissa. She's like one of my favorite people on Stan Twitter.
Awesome. Like, yeah, I've been talking to her more. I want to get to know her better. Should we maybe tweet this out again? We have like less viewers than normal. Okay, ignore that, folks.
Sorry.
I'm gonna tweet this. Sorry.
So, we have a couple people. We have Emily in the live chat over on YouTube, which is nice.
You have the link. Oh, wait, no, I have the. Do you have the link to this? Sorry, later viewers.
It's okay. Yes, I will tweet it out again.
Okay, I will retweet you, and I will tweet it out myself. Okay, Katie, this isn't a game. Please stop chewing the wires. Okay, what are you doing? Okay, she keeps coming over, chewing the wire, or not chewing, but like playing with it, and it sounds like chewing. And then she runs into my bed when I catch her. So it's like I gotta catch her and let her out. Anyway, intermission's over. Back to the show. This is so unprofessional. I feel really bad because we've been doing this for seasons now.
We are.
So the fusions happen. Okay, Zoe, stop it. Hey, no. Okay, I'm taking her out right now, and I'll be right back. Yes, you are going out.
Okay.
Never mind.
Julia to come back. Oh, we good?
Not really. When I see her, I will take her out. Okay.
That's funny.
Fusions.
Okay, so yeah,
so
fusions.
Park went first, so oh my gosh, spoilers, they didn't win. And it's like, again, very annoying. Just like keep the order the same both nights. It's a lot easier. It's a lot, like, it's easy, and it's like creates suspense. So there you go. So they did a fusion. They did Cha-Cha Tango, and that's been one a lot of the winners have had. So maybe if they didn't put them first, maybe there could have been suspense there. I don't know. But yeah, this was very good. They actually managed to fuse the two styles of it, which is what I kind of look for in a fusion. So I thought this was really good. She definitely improved from the tango last week, as well as the cha-cha from the first week. But like,
I agree with that. I definitely do agree with that. I was like, don't get me wrong, I love Lindsay, and she's absolutely one of my favorite people that's ever done the show ever. I was not nuts about her tango that she did a couple weeks ago. Just because, number one, tango is not my favorite style by any stretch of the means. Number two, I just thought she looked a little odd in places. I mean, it was still good. It was still pretty strong tango, but it wasn't like my favorite. But she definitely improved vastly from that performance, in my opinion. And yes, you're right. They did like fuse the styles very well. It was a very like winner-esque fusion dance. Like you almost had me there. You almost had me there, guys.
First, then maybe we could have. I don't know. Like, they might have had me if she wasn't first.
I know, but yeah, this dance
was the same as last night. They might have had me.
You might have had me.
Like, wow. Like,
yeah, this dance was great. It was a great piece of Mark choreography. It might be the last Mark dance we'll see on the show, at least for a while. And
every season he's on now.
That's true.
Every season he's on, which I think, I kind of feel like he's gonna be involved in the show in some way again, even if it's just Alexander Jean showing up. I would like to see him replace Mandy, to be honest, because like Mandy was not that good this season, and then this way we don't have to watch him like look sad whenever he doesn't win, and like we're still waiting for like him to break the silence on social media. So it's kind of hard. I mean, he looked fine at GMA today. Like, I think he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, Marky Mark will be okay.
I want to say a few things about that. And what I noticed about all these fusions is they, like, compared to last seasons, they all felt like winter fusions. Like, none of last seasons really felt like winter fusions, and then all three of these songs and styles kind of did to me.
I know they all kind of did, but yeah, this dance was great. It almost made my favorite dances of the season list. Almost did. It was very close.
Okay, so Frankie and Whitney were next. I don't remember what styles they had.
I think they were 2 ballroom styles. Oh man, we're terrible, guys. We came totally unprepared. Let me look up this information. They did get 2 9s out of 10. There were like awkward moments in there. But for Frankie, no, this was fine. It honestly, it was nothing special, but it was also nothing absolutely terrible either. And his fusion dance was a foxtrot tango.
Okay.
I knew it was
just
ballroom.
Ballroom.
Yeah, I knew it was 2 ballroom styles. So, yeah.
I'm just monitoring my cat. Don't mind me.
It's okay, but yes, this was good. This was fine. It was like it was a nice little wrap up for Frankie, and that's really all we could have asked for.
Yeah. Okay, so the last one was Jordan and Lindsay, and they had Salsa Paso, and a lot of people are saying this is their favorite fusion ever, and I can't say it's mine because I know the song was kind of weird for a fusion, or the part of it they did. But they did not fuse the styles together, and I feel like every single season there's one couple that doesn't do it enough, and then I give them a night on the blog and I get yelled at. But like, and it's funny because it's been every winter I think since I started doing the blog in season 22. Because like Niall, I really wanted to give him a 10. Like I never give him a 10 all season, and then his came out and it was like one style than the other style. And then Lori, I think it was just too much of one and not enough of the other. For Lori, I'm not sure. And then last season with Rashad, I think there was like a technical error. And then like again, Jordan, like it's one style than the other style. And I don't know why I just hate that. But like I loved the dancing. I loved what he did. It wasn't his fault.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I kind of feel that way in general too. Like I always feel there's that one couple that doesn't fuse the styles together perfectly.
I know Frankie and Whitney did, for the record. I have to watch. Although I think I saw a technical error, so it'd be like a 9 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't go lower than that. But like, pay attention. But like, yeah, for Jordan and Lindsay's, I was watching and I saw that.
I feel like you are right in like that fact. Like there's always that one couple that doesn't do it right. But I actually thought that this was a pretty decent fusion for 2 styles that I think are really, really different. Like I know they're both Latin styles, but salsa is very fun and happy and energetic, and pasta is very like intense and technical and strict. And I thought that they did a good job using them together. I thought the song was a little weird, but I did really enjoy this. And this was another really good wrap up from Jordan and Lindsay. They were great. And by the way, Courtney spilled on Twitter that apparently this only took him an hour to learn. That's amazing.
That doesn't surprise me. And also this one seemed kind of shorter than the other ones. But still, it was really good.
But yes, yeah, I thought the fusions were great. Jordan, Lindsay Sterling, that is, both deserve 10s. Frankie a 9.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we get to the winner.
Okay, so Nick Lachey sung the emo song, which every season there's they have this montage of the final three standing there, and then they play like clips of their journey, and someone, like a celebrity guest writer, comes and sings a song. And sometimes it's actually the celebrity themselves. Like Jana was funny 2 seasons ago in the last fall. She did the emo song. She came in 4th, so she was singing for her other fellow finalists. And then 2 seasons before that, He Who Shall Not Be Named, who got 2nd that one season, some stuff's come out about him, sung the song for his fellow finalists as well. I thought that was sweet considering who it is. But yeah, this season it was Nick Lachey.
This was actually, I was genuinely surprised by this.
He wrote this song about his time on the show,
which was nice. And
this is a guy who said he was never going to do this show. And then here he is, and he's singing the emo song, and then he got to guest judge at GMA the next day with the rest of his band. So, like, good for him. 98 degrees comeback. And then at this point, I turned off the TV because I didn't want to see Mark's sad face when he got second again. Like, I was really scared he was going to, like, I remember the Page face. Like, I don't know, the other times he got second, I think he was okay. He looked okay, but like that was just like image is ingrained in my head, and I didn't want to see that again. I was not prepared to see that again. I turned off the TV and I followed along on Twitter. So you can take it from here because I don't know if you watched. I want to know what Frankie said when he got third.
Okay. So here's what happened. Nobody looked shocked when Frankie got third. They were just very smiley and very happy, and Frankie was very grateful for his time on the show. And I love that about Frankie. He was just so grateful. I love celebrities who just praise their pro and the show and how much and what a good experience it was. Just, it makes my heart happy. And, you know, Frankie was good. He bowed out. We went out. Here's the thing about Mark. Mark looked sad all night, and that was kind of the thing that tipped me off, because going into the finale, I was still 50-50 on who was winning because I wasn't really sure, like, between Jordan and Lindsay. And then I noticed, like, early in the show, like, right before they did their drive, Mark looked kind of sad, and I was just like, Lindsay's not winning. He knows Lindsay's not winning. Jordan is winning at the end of the show, which I was fine with. I loved Jordan. He absolutely deserved it. So we get into the final two. Jordan and Lindsay are on the left. Lindsay, Mark on the right. We get there. They do the countdown. He says Jordan and Lindsay. Mark looks.
How long was it this season?
It was maybe a good like 10 seconds.
Okay.
Here's the other thing that really bothers me, by the way.
What happened to Mark's face? What happened to Mark? You said something about Mark.
Mark looked, he was waiting for it. Jordan, Lindsay, and he smiled, gave him, clapped. And he did.
Oh, so like Alfonso and Whitney and Catherine, but not like with Niall. Okay. I feel better. I feel better now.
Yes.
Okay,
he didn't look like that disappointed. He gave him a smile and a good clap, and it was nice.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
I think
Mark has
like okay, you go your head because I have something to say about this later.
Okay. Mark has every right to be disappointed that he came in second for the fourth time, but you know what? He can cheer to a great season. He really did.
Yeah, I don't think he had like. I want to talk about Mark because like I've seen all these messages. People are posting this emo stuff on Twitter, and like that's not me making fun of it. That's just saying what it is. And like I really like the messages, and I enjoyed reading them. That like about Mark being mistreated, that was like a thing that was going on all season. Okay. So I mean, I guess the tour narrative might have existed. Although with the vibe I'm getting this season, I do think if the tide was going with Lindsay and Mark, they probably wouldn't have screwed it too much. And I think the thing that changed it was the Lindsay hasn't won package. That's like the main thing I saw when I was doing my stats that switched it over to Jordan really fast. So that'll be something I look for in future seasons. But like, okay, for not winning, like, I think like this was the most respect Mark got in a long time. Like,
I agree with that.
They were like praising him. He goes on GMA today. They talk of like Michael Strahan's they're like complimenting him on like, oh, you're so creative and everything, and then like they talking to Lindsay about how Mark trained her and she was thanking him, and like Mark got like a bunch of rounds of applause today just for how like it's for like how good he was. And I feel like for him like this was like I know there's like Whitney have a different vibe between them now than they did back when Whitney won, but when Whitney won, Mark was second as well, and it was like because like he taught both she and Lindsay when they were kids, so I think it's kind of like bittersweet for him.
I think so. I agree with that.
I feel like he would be proud of them because I think like every single pro seemed really happy for Lindsay.
Yes, as everybody should be. You know, Lindsay's absolutely earned it.
I mean, there was a little talk in my Curious Cat about like where was this for Emma, and I'm like I kind of agree with that because yeah, I don't know, but like I was happy to see Lindsay get it. I think that speaks to her, and she seems like to be kind of everyone's friend, so I was really happy about that. And she's worked so hard and everything. Even Sharna, who's like who's been a pro like almost double the seasons Lindsay has, she said, "Oh my gosh, my heart burst when they won."
Sharna was so supportive, and I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction that either Sharna or a male pro who has never won before will be winning next season.
I think Sharna or a male pro is winning next season. I could potentially see them like giving. I don't know. I mean, are you talking about season 26 or the athletes? I'm talking about.
I'm talking about season 26.
Okay, so season 26. Yeah, definitely want that. I think it's gonna be. I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking Sharon is the probably the most likely option. However, if it's a woman, I think the pro that has like out of the ones who haven't won yet, that the most like feel of like yeah they could win, like the way they teach them and like the way the GP has responded to them is I guess I want to say Sasha or Alan.
This is only Alan's first season. Already the GP apparently likes him more than
Oh yeah,
more than Keo.
More than Levy, even when he was in Troop.
Yikes.
They like him more than Keo. We'll get to then speaking of Keo, there's something I want to mention with him in a minute. I don't know if you saw that. But yeah, so everyone was really happy for Lindsay and Jordan. They like Tio was showing up with his phone like filming the whole thing. Like every time you see the way he just runs in with his phone, and I know Drew was filming as well a little bit, and like everyone just seemed really happy for them. And that was great. This was really like a feel good season.
Not like last season, which was a disaster.
Last season, like after last season, I was so scared for this season. Like I'm like, okay, they're gonna be fucking Lindsay Sterling over. Sorry. Oh, 1 second. Sorry. I'll be quiet. My cat has to go out. Go ahead, Zoe. Sorry, I'm back. So yeah, I thought they were totally gonna screw Lindsay and Mark over. I remember having them in 5th preseason. Because I'm like, yeah, that's happening. Like, Mark's never been screwed over that way, so here he is. So, like, I mean, like, I don't know. And, like, yeah, they did, like, a really good season. So, like, I hope the new producers learned. I hope, like, this season felt like a really good response from a lot of people. Like, everyone's like, yeah, like, I could handle any winner. That's the general sentiment I've seen. Not like last season where it was like, this person or die.
This person or die. I
like,
know.
Someone went to the tour holding a sign saying "Not my Dancing with the Stars" winner Normani should have won. So yeah, but yeah, this was really like I don't know. This was just a really good season overall. Like, there's a lot of dances I'm gonna go back and rewatch a lot of. I think like it's kind of mixed with season 23 and 24 because 23 has like had a really good vibe, except for there was more manipulation, and there were some people that really got screwed really, really badly. Like, and there were some questionable packages. And then season 24 had like a ton of dances I rewatched and stuff. It just like the
vibe was not there.
Terrible. And like that's not the pros or celebrities' fault. That was entirely the packages, except for Bonner, which it was totally his fault. I never want to see him again.
Oh, you are absolutely right.
Yeah, everyone else. Yeah, this was really good. So they went to GMA today and they had a lot of fun. Like I said, there was a lot of praise for Mark in particular and like what he's done. The show, like what he's come up with, like I've just been seeing that vibe. So like I think like beyond winning another season, like he got like the most amount of respect I think he possibly was going to, like he could have gotten.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like I don't know else. Like I know like he came very close to winning and that like took away, but like I don't know. Like I don't want to say robbed, but
I don't
like it's
think
not like it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think Lindsay was robbed because I think they both equally deserved it. But I also think that Mark has every right to be disappointed that he came in second, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, he can be totally disappointed. Because like I do feel like it was like 1 or 2 weeks when the judges were just a little too hard on them.
Mm-hmm.
And like I thought that was maybe part of their winners edit because like pretty much every winner for the past whatever has gotten like a couple weeks where they like scored them less, and then Jordan it's like okay you're gonna get 29 or 28 7. And I'm like so like there were so many trends broken this season. I'm actually working on this right now. Bonus blog for Dance with Stars Interact. All the trends broken. I'm gonna try and come up with 25 because like so much went off from the norm.
That is true. That is very true.
I don't know, like I kind of like that because like next season will be hopefully knock on wood.
Are we talking about 26 or all sports?
Like I don't know what to think of the athletes. Because I think it's newbies for athletes, but like I want it to be all stars just because 4 weeks isn't enough time to get to know people. And yeah, we can talk about that in a minute. So yeah, were there any last takeaways of this season as a whole before we move on to some next time stuff?
Honestly, this season was great. In my books, everybody was looking forward to it. Everyone was hyping it up. And yeah, there were some disappointments along the way, but we still had a great season. The producers learned their lesson from last season. I'm extremely happy with what we've witnessed.
And I think hopefully they learn more. Like I hope they don't do the married couple again type thing. Like, or just if they're gonna do it, let it naturally happen and don't make it the big thing of the season.
Yeah.
You. I don't know. I want. Okay, so we'll talk about the next season. We'll talk about tour first. So tour is happening. Jordan and Frankie are on it, as well as Lindsay, the pro, Whitney, Emma, Brandon, Sasha, Sharna, Artem, Alan, Keo, Haley, Jenna, and Gleb.
That was amazing. I would not have gotten all of them straight in a row.
So they're all on the tour. They're all scheduled supposedly to be at all the dates, but sometimes a surprise vacation happens. So hopefully everyone gets to see who they want to see. Fingers crossed. So yeah, we might do once we've both seen tour, which will be by the end of January. We might do like a rundown. Like you did a Periscope I liked, but I want to do like a chat one. Would be good. We can maybe have some other people on that too. So what do you want to see on this tour? Like what kind of like what do you want to see? Like, who do you want to see dance together? What routines from the season do you want to see? People watching also comment in our chat. Have you checked the chat?
Let me pop over here really quick. We've had a couple of comments over here in the chat, but I'll answer your question first, and then we'll talk about people in the live chat. So, as far as things I would like to see, first of all, Frankie's Cha-Cha. I need it in my life. I need it to be performed in my life. I would. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that number so much. It's so funny. It's so good. As far as like Jordan dances that I would love to see from the season, freestyle, jive, and foxtrot. It probably won't happen since they did a Disney segment last season, but I would love it so much, guys.
They did a Disney segment last tour. What did they do?
It wasn't like a huge Disney segment, but they like had a little moment to the opening number from last season that Fawn sang. There was like a little moment with that, and then there were like a couple of like little Disney night dances. Like somebody I think danced to gosh darn it. Dreams of Wish Your Heart. It was Lindsay and somebody. I don't remember. There was a little Disney night segment last season.
Your Heart Makes You Know.
Yes, it was that song. I couldn't remember it. It's just I could
see it better when you wish upon a star. And I thought it was Dreams of Wish. And then Heather did Frozen, right?
Heather did do Frozen on tour when she was on it.
Why that's out of all her dances, like she didn't do tango and she didn't do rumba. And she did Frozen.
She did Frozen.
Yeah. So that'd be cool to see. My number one wish, which I probably won't get, but I really, really want them to do this. I said this on Twitter earlier. I don't know if you saw this. So Frankie's trio jive with Frankie Whitney and then Jordan and Alfonso's spot.
That's brilliant. Mandy Moore, at Mandy Moore after we're done this and tell her that idea because that's a good idea.
Like, oh my gosh, it's just like shading how, and then everyone gets the video and tweets it to Alfonso. Like last night, it was like everyone take a picture of Jordan and Lindsay with the mirror ball and send it to Alfonso.
And how's that for your humble pie?
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, congratulations. I thought you were the best, remember? Basically, yes. And then I'm like, okay, bye, Alfonso.
Okay.
I don't know if they're having Thanksgiving at his house tomorrow, because they seem to normally do like he and his wife, like Emma and Sasha usually go and some of the troop goes. It might be I mean, Lindsay's probably not gonna be there, but it might be kind of awkward this year.
That's true. But it's fine. It'll all blow over. I think I actually
on DWTS Fun had this really, really fun answer to a question they had about Alfonso. And here's what it was. Okay. It says an anonymous person sent to him, really interested in seeing how Alfonso reacts to Jordan winning. I wish he was in the audience so we could see him taking a slice of humble pie. And then his answer was, when Len said Jordan was the most balanced male celeb the show's ever had, I know Alfonso had to have thrown his TV smooth out the window and then sat down with the remote and tried to change the channel only to realize that he broke his TV.
Oh, Alfonso definitely chucked his TV out the window. Oh, that's so funny. Wow.
Oh my God. So yeah, like I don't know, it was really yeah. So yeah, I don't know. In terms of other stuff, like I don't know, I would love to see Corbin show up at a stop and then to do the salsa, like 'cause that was my favorite Jordan dance. But yeah, again, I would like the freestyle. I really want the Charleston from Monday night.
That was such a good dance. Absolutely with that.
I also liked the foxtrot, the samba they'll probably do. That was really cool.
Oh, that's right. The samba they'll probably absolutely do. As far as other things I would like on tour, the last couple of tours we've had a Sharna and Alan Argentine tango number, and I live for that. I live for it. It is my favorite thing in the world. During Hot Summer Nights, their song was El Tengo de Roxanne from Moulin Rouge, and that's like one of my favorite scenes in all of movie history. So like, and I have that entire performance recorded on my phone, and I watch it like every week. I'm obsessed with that number. So that's what I need on tour. So let's pop over to the live chat really quickly.
Okay.
So we've had Emily in here all night. I'm so sorry we've ignored you, Emily. Emily.
You in the comments, I replied to one of yours from yesterday, I think.
Yes, I'm so sorry we've ignored you tonight, Miss Emily, but we are here now. So Emily loved all of Monday Night's freestyles, us too. She loved Jordan Samba and Lindsay's Jive. I guess you mean like the redos from the other night. Yeah, both of them were awesome. I mean, Lindsay's Jive probably should have been a perfect 10s the first time, but it's fine. We made up for it, and Jordan kind of too. She also thinks last season's finale was too long. I agree. Here's the thing. If they're going to do 3-hour shows, then they better make it worthwhile, like having 2 rounds of dances or like doing the stuff that we want to see, like the bloopers. We want to see the bloopers or like interviews.
Here's an idea. Like, okay, so I think last season's finale was too long. I think it was one of the better finales though, because I remember last season really liking the premiere, really, really liking the last week with the last 2 episodes, because it was just like a fun vibe, and then the rest was like so uncomfortable. But like the last season's finale was really fun, like with the Mr. T thing and everything. Like it was like a solid finale. It was just ran too long. The carnival was fun too. I think someone said this in Pure. I don't know if they're really suggesting it because they said that they can't do anything like this. I know they have the GMA thing on Monday. I mean not Monday, Wednesday when the finalists go to GMA. I would like to have kind of a segment. I don't know if it should be before or after they present the mirror ball with like them kind of just talking to all the couples and seeing where they're at since then. I feel like that'd be better than some like I know it's a dance show and they're supposed to be dancing, but like they do so much pointless stuff.
They do. I agree with that.
Like at least have like an Aaron moment with all the couples. Like All Access used to do this, but they don't really do that anymore. So like yeah, like Survivor does their finale, and I'll explain how it does. I don't think this would quite work for Dancing with the Stars, but maybe something kind of similar. Survivor does a 3-hour finale every season, 2 hours of show, 1 hour of the host talking to the contestants.
See, I would like that. Or if you're going to do a 3-hour thing, I remember back in season 19, they had a segment like right before the main show called Road to the Finals, where they like had interviews with the 3 official finalists, like Sadie, Janelle, and Alfonso, and they talked about their journey throughout the season, what their favorite dances were, where they thought they struggled. And if you're going to do a 3-hour finale, I would want that.
I remember that with the questions with like Candace and Mark answering a bunch of questions, and the other ones, I just remember them being silly. That season as well. Yeah, they stopped doing that. I kind of want to see something like that again. Like, I think like for the first for an hour and a half of it, I think it should be that.
Yeah.
And then, like, I mean, on Survivor, what they do is they do the 2-hour show, then they announce who won, and then they do the reunion. I don't know if that'd work for Dancing with the Stars as much. Could be they just talk to all the couples and then they announce the winner.
Or like, that I think.
Speaking of announcing the winner, we forgot to talk about this. They left no time this season, and while this was a better one than last season because last season they had like they're like, okay, we gotta go get in a car and then drive outside. for no reason. Like, this was back to, like, this was at the Grove, but, like, there seemed to be enough room this time, unlike season 22, for them to, like, lift everybody up and get excited and everything. Like, I thought that was a good return to form, but they really need to, like, considering all the filler they have, they really could have left time to talk to both Lindsay and Jordan, and then Lindsay and Mark.
Right. Yeah, that's what I kind of miss. I remember earlier seasons, they always had a minute where they would talk to the, final contestants before, the presenting of the mirror ball and the credits. But it was just like, and the winners are Jordan and Lindsay. Okay, everybody, we'll see you in the spring. Bye. I wish they would have had a moment to talk to the first place and the runner-up.
I mean, yeah, like, last season was worse. Because,
Yeah.
I think, like, the last time it was really good was, like, season 20, because everyone was able to be there. Season 21 was really good, too, except for they left the troupe outside. At the Grove.
Oh,
like, they do all the hugging, like, everyone's on the floor. Like, they want to hug Mindy, and then they want to congratulate everyone. And then, like, they cut to the troupe just standing there outside, like, arms around each other. I'm like, that's gotta be so awkward. And then season 22, they did the mirror ball at the Grove. And then they had the two couples, and there was barely any room for anybody. Like, someone could have gotten hurt at that one. And then again, in season 23 at the Grove, someone could have gotten hurt because there was ice. Like, they actually put ice there. Like, why? It's not like it was actually cold. Like, there's no reason for it. And then they only had, like, a couple people. Like, Allison was there running to hug Lori, and it was just so awkward because there was, like, where's the rest of everybody? And then last season was weird because no one could hug any of them. And it just looked so weird. It was just, like, Keo and Sasha freaking out. That's what we saw. And
right.
we only saw that because someone was at the
right
in the audience, like, filming Sasha. But, like, Keo, like, did this weird face at the end of last season. Like, he's always so excited for the winners.
Keo's so nice, guys. He really is. But anyway,
best life. Like, they were all living their best lives. Him, Tio, and then Jordan and Lindsay when they won.
That I totally agree with. So yeah, finales, we need to condense them a little bit. Emily is also so happy that Drew and Emma danced their drive from week 4. Me too.
Yes, that was, like, a thing. That was, like,
me too.
A moment. Okay, I'm doing my top 15 most iconic dances of the season, in addition to ones I'm going to do the 10 best. I'm doing the 15 most iconic, and this was taken from a TV website. I'm not sure which one it was, but what they do is they do this cool thing where they take a TV show and they pick 10 episodes of it and say, these are 10 episodes to get you started. It best represents the show. Not necessarily the best episodes or, like, the most famous, but it's the ones that, like, best represent what the show's about. So I'm doing that with season 25, and I'm picking 15 dances that I think would, like, sum up the season, and that's going to be on there.
That's actually a really good idea. Like, most iconic. That's smart. I like that.
They're going to remember. So, like, you can imagine throwing them on it. I'm down to 16, and there's one dance I know should not be on there probably, but I'm keeping it on anyway, so something else has got to go, and I'm like,
oh my gosh, I can't wait. Make sure you
drag me for my top 10, because while most of them I think are gonna be okay, one is I'm probably gonna get dragged for.
That's okay.
But yeah, you guys already know. I've already talked about that one with you guys. You'll know when you see it. But yeah, I really liked your top 15.
Thank you so much. Yes, if any of you follow me on Twitter or you don't follow me on Twitter, you should follow me. I'm at DWTS Hannah. I posted my top 15 dances of the season today. I'm very happy with it. I had to make some very, very, very painful cuts, but I narrowed it down and I have my 15. It is posted on my Twitter if you want to go see it. Emily loved Disney Night this season and did not like Alfonso's humble pie comment. Yes, I love Disney Night this season too, Emily. It was one of my favorite Disney nights. And oh man, Alfonso's humble pie is going to come bite him in the ass one day, isn't it?
I was so kind of hoping next season was going to be All Stars and he'd be the first out.
Oh, he absolutely would be. The GP is over him.
Like, they're done with him. Like, I don't know. Like, I think he's still going to come watch the show and everything. I think a year off, maybe. I don't know if he'll come to. I'm sure he'll be there at least once with the athletes. Especially. But, like, I think a year, like, off would be good for him because then, like, people can kind of forget about this. It can blow over. And then he'll come back and, like, take over the show again. And Dancing with the Stars Jr. is still on the table, just not right now.
Right.
So if that happens, maybe he'll host it still. Although I don't know anymore.
Yeah, we don't know. So DWTS juniors got put on hold due to budget cuts. So instead, they're just going to do like a mini athletes only season.
I'd rather see the athletes only season because we get to see the pros.
That I kind of agree with. But
Although
also,
I hope it's an all-star athlete because, again, 4 weeks is not enough time to get to know someone.
I agree. I agree with that. I would, if they're going to do this mini season, which is it's going to be 4 weeks with 10 contestants, meaning they're going to have double eliminations every week.
So 40% of the cast is the finalists.
That's amazing. You have a 40% chance of being in the finals of that show. That's pretty good.
Or it might be, they might have to do a triple elimination because it depends on if they're starting the same week as Bachelorette, which I kind of hope they don't. Like, I hope it's 4 weeks so they can just do like 2 hours every week and then a 2-hour finale.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, even a 1-hour finale, like on the Tuesday. Because, like, I don't know, maybe they're doing results shows again. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know how this is going to work.
Good question.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm really hoping it's All Stars. It's probably not. And, because I really want, like, okay. I really want James Hinchcliffe to come back with Sharna and win. Because,
Me
again,
too.
he comes back, like, it's like if he can come back and comes back for like an All Stars or whatever, he will win. Like, it's very likely because people still talking about this, like they're going on and on about it, and like every time like we hear about like, oh, so and so got robbed, just like I don't want so and so to get robbed because like James got robbed and I was still mad about that. Like, that's the new Sean got robbed in All Stars. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. The thing is, I don't know if like he could do this season just because IndyCar is going on, but like he managed to handle it before.
IndyCar also is more. It happens more in the spring. Like for the fall, I think he only raced for a couple weeks and then the season was over.
That was when the season was over. But yeah, like Indy 500. Well, I think Indy 500 actually happens before.
Indy 500 happens in May.
Oh yeah, then he cannot do this season. Seriously, okay. I want this show to get to season 30 because I don't know how much longer it's gonna last. And if season 30 is the last, All Stars, James and Sharna win.
Listen,
I don't care if Sharna's won by then. Like, I want them to win.
Me too, buddy. Like I don't
Like,
think there are very few people that could compete on the same season with James, and I would still like 100% vote for James. Wouldn't.
yeah. Like, Courtney from Pure thinks he wouldn't win, and then Claire and I were talking during the summer because we went to a couple IndyCar events. We're like, yeah, he'd totally win All Stars. Like, that's happening.
I absolutely believe that James would win an
Like,
All Stars.
would beat him, and I'm like, no.
No, GP didn't like.
Really good. It's just the fan base thing, and if they find out he's a ringer, he's toast. And like Alfonso's not gonna beat him. The only one who I think could beat him is Bindi.
That yeah, because I mean
that's like a toss up.
That I agree with. That I definitely agree with. But it also would depend on who Bindi is with, because if he rolls in with Sharna and they, happen to mention that Sharna's never won before.
Oh my gosh.
That could help him out a little bit.
I don't know. So yeah. Hopefully, like, if it is All Stars, he finds some way to do it. Like, Frankie, like, begs him to do it, and, like, everyone begs him to do it. Because, like, I don't know. And the IndyCar events are on the weekend, so you got all week.
Me, you, and Claire will, like, lead the petition to get him on the show. Me, you, Claire, and my sister.
Like, I don't know, this show's never gonna feel complete to me till he wins. Like, I even put on my Twitter, out of the 9 seasons, like, I've kept up with, like, regularly, 4 I've gotten the winner I wanted. Like, 4 I didn't, and then, like, 1 was kind of like, yeah, whatever. So, like, season 20 was the yeah, whatever. And then I put, like, the order of, like, the winners I was happiest with for the ones that I was supporting, and then the ones that hurt the most, the losses that hurt the most. And the one that hurt the most was James.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Emily said that James and Sharna was one of her favorite couples from season 23. Girl, us too.
That was, like, I don't know. Yeah, season 23 was weird for me because, like, it's one of my favorites, but it's only because of, like, maybe 2 couples, and, like, I barely paid attention to anyone else. The other one was Tara and Sasha. That was like a moment, I think. That was, like, his moment season.
Mm-hmm.
It was, like, both Sharna's and his, so, like, it felt special for both of them. Well, but, like, as pros, like, I don't know how they would top those seasons.
I know. I agree with that. I mean, I'd throw Lori in there. Lori and Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin I, like, woke up on with his freestyle.
Oh, I love that freestyle. It's so good.
Oh my gosh, that's still my favorite Lindsay freestyle.
Is it really?
Yep.
I
And
mean,
David's
it's a good freestyle. It really is.
so Jordan is third, and then Alec is fourth for freestyles.
Well, I mean, all of
Like,
her freestyles were great.
yeah,
All of her freestyles are great.
yeah. I liked the first two I said the most though because they felt like very, very tailored to celeb. Because like Jordan's was really good. I could see like a lot of people doing that one though. Like Calvin's was like just felt like Calvin's personality come to life, and it just felt really suited to him. And then David, I could not see anyone else doing just because so much was like a reference to him.
Yeah.
And, like whatever. Um. So yeah. What else do you want to see for the athlete season? There's gonna be 10, so I think it's gonna be 10 pros. I think. Who do you think is gonna be back? I'm gonna predict Lindsay because Lindsay said in Glamour she's gonna return as long as they want her, and I think they bring her back. Whitney, Sharna, Peta's contract is up, and I feel like she might take the next season off, or she might do it. I'm not really sure. So her or Emma, because I know Emma's wedding's around then. I don't know if they're doing like a honeymoon or something, and they may or may not be in that season. I think Jenna has a good shot. This.
My sister and I were actually talking about this today. So if there's going to be 5 female pros, so I would say Lindsay, Whitney, and Sharon, I would think are probably locks. Peta, I'm not sure about because of, the baby and whatever, or like, maybe she wants to take a season off or something. I don't really know. But there's also a rumor floating around that Max and Val are going on tour.
They are. Oh yeah, that's another thing. That'll be the male pros thing. I think one of Max and Val will do this, and the other one will not. Because last time Max and Val were touring, it was season 22, was right beforehand. Val was competing, and Max was like getting everything ready for tour. He was like doing all the work, basically, is what I was hearing. So, and if this is gonna be happening right before they go on tour, and the tour is this summer, I think one will be on and one will not be.
I could.
Val, that's on.
Yeah.
After a few seasons, like please be Val. So yeah, so for female pros, I think Jenna's gonna be one. If
Yeah,
as long as,
I
like
think
I could see Peta and Emma if they both are doing it. I just can't see both doing it.
I think I kind of agree with that. I think Jenna will be on the pro roster for this athlete season, and
Unless
I think
throwback, sorry.
unless we get a throwback, and I think either Peta or Emma will do it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about both.
I would prefer Emma, but like again, it's okay either way.
Yeah, but as far as like the guy pros are concerned, I agree with you. I think either Max or Val will do this athlete season, one or the other.
Val. We're probably getting Gleb.
I would think probably Gleb. I would say probably Sasha.
Probably it depends on if there's like that's why I'm saying the honeymoon thing, right?
If they're like,
I think Sasha and Emma will both be on if they're both on, or both not if not. I think I don't know if Mark's going to do this athlete season or not. I don't see him doing season 26. I think he'd be very wise to do this athlete season if he can. More exposure for him. There's probably not going to be a tour, so we know there's no agenda there. And people have just seen him like lose, like just come right up to winning like how many times, and like they even reminded us of that in the package. So like I feel like this would be his best shot to win from now on.
I agree with that. Like, and you're absolutely right. There's not going to be a tour next summer.
There's Max and Val, that's it. And like Love on the Floor is happening sometime next year, which is why I think Cheryl's not going to be an athletes. I don't think Kim's going to be an athletes because I think she's pregnant, and I think she's going to be having a baby like right around then. Like there's this whole conspiracy theory thing, but it looks pretty legit because she's like following baby stuff on Instagram. The way she's been dressing lately has been different. They've like had pictures of her and Robert at dinner without alcohol, so like it really seems like she is pregnant. I think she's like a few months along, but like I don't think she'd be doing the athlete season. Um, I don't know. Anna was in the audience for finals this season.
Oh, that's right.
I would like to see her back.
I would like to see her back, and I feel like an all athlete season would be like the perfect time to do it because it's
like a lot of OG pros are gonna want to come back because they know there's no tour. Have we ruled out Tony? Because I feel like we're gonna see him again one day in some form.
I feel like maybe they'll get Tony to like guest judge or something because I heard that Len's contract is up.
Len's contract's up. Peta's contract's up. And I wanted to talk about that because Peta said her contract is up. She was talking about in an interview. Apparently, this is the first time her contract has been up since becoming a pro. And I've counted the number of seasons because it's based on number of seasons, I think. Because like Derek said and Allison has said, so many seasons on their contract they have to do if they're told to. Peta has done 10 seasons. She's skipped out 2 since her first one. 21 because of her injury, 23 because of the baby. She's done, wait, no, 13, 14, 15. She's done 11 seasons. Okay. Oh, she was
Does that
Troop for one, right? Maybe it was like a 6-year contract. Maybe I think it was a 12-season contract.
okay?
She was,
That would make sense.
how many seasons was Peta Troop for? Someone go check.
I feel like I want to say 1 or 2, but not that many.
So yeah, I think this might have been like I don't know if all the pros signed that then. I'm not really sure. So someone else I've been kind of interested in is Artem. Artem was another one who really did not seem happy with the way he was treated this season. And yes, Artem has actually been treated like crap lately. And I feel bad because I've been kind of a part of that, like I said. But production wise, he has been kind of swept under the rug. I think part of that is his partnerships have been kind of like more chill, and that's not really memorable in the US, but for whatever reason, he's been kind of swept under the rug. He mentioned going back to the UK after tour. I don't know if he meant to visit or to be on Strictly. I don't think his contract is up with Dancing with the Stars, but I don't know.
No,
Same as
probably
PETA,
not.
not going to be up. He's done like he has not done 12 seasons if it's the same. I don't know if it's the same. Because yeah, he has not done nearly that many yet, unless I'm old.
No, I feel like it might vary from like pro to pro, depending on like we really want you to
I
be
think
on the show.
yeah, I could see Alan maybe being a pro. I think I'm not sure. I think he's going to be on one of the 2 seasons as a pro. Athletes or 26. I don't know about both. I think if he's athletes, he has to do really well or he won't be a pro the next season. I don't know.
That is I kind of see that happening, but Alan's one of the pros that I don't think has a lot to do outside of the show. Like I know he teaches in Minnesota at his brother's school, like at his brother's dance studio, and like he could do that for like a season if he wanted to.
I think it's like whether they're going to ask him. I think he'd be ready to go if they asked him.
Yeah, that boy's always ready to go whenever somebody
Kind of
asks him to do something.
like a smaller troop.
I feel like if they're just doing like a 10, pro season, I feel like they don't really. I don't feel like they would include a troop, especially since it seems like they're going to really cut the budget.
They might for the finale. I think yeah, so I think that's what that's gonna be. I don't know if I forgot anyone for the on the pros and the male side. Oh, Keo. I feel like they may or may not ask him.
I don't know. I feel like Keo's like Alan in the way that, if he gets asked to do something, he's just like, he jumps at the chance. He's just like, I'm ready to go. Because I feel like he's done every single tour.
He and Emma have done every single tour.
That's amazing. So the dedication between the two of them is amazing. And Alan's done every tour that, he's been involved with. Like the only one he didn't do was the one after 19 because he wasn't on the show then.
Right. I feel like they're all in. Lindsay has been coming. She's really seemed like she's all in lately. Like, she was asked by Glamour if she's coming back after her big one. She's like, yeah, I'm coming back. I'm here forever.
I'm here forever. Yeah, Whitney's, Lindsay's all in.
I don't know. I feel like Sharna's kind of one of those, maybe.
Sharna, I think, is all in until she wins a mirror ball.
Yeah, I think Sasha's all in. I think he is.
Sasha, I think, is all in.
Broadway. Emma, I'm not as sure about. I think she'll be around, just like even popping in just as long as Sasha's there. I know she wants to host. I know they want to start a family in the next, like, in a couple years, I think. I don't know how long the show's going to go on for, but, like, I could see her taking maternity leave and coming back or whatever.
Yeah, in, like, a couple years or something.
I also think, like, but she wants to do hosting and stuff in other jobs, so there's lots of stuff she wants to be involved in. So I could see her taking a season off. Because, like, I feel like now that she's won, I don't know, I feel like she's on a roll. Like, I want her to be able to stick around for the next few seasons and see what happens. Because, like, she had her best 2 seasons.
She did. She had an amazing year on this show. And we thought it would never happen.
Like, last year, like, 2016 was, like, the lowest probably for her. Because she was out for 1 season. And then, I mean, I know she's been first out before, but she had Rick Perry. And, like, no Hoper. So, like, and then, yeah, and then we were really scared. And then, like, of her future in the show. And then she won, and then she made the finals with, like, a non-total flop.
That was amazing. Good on you, Miss Emma.
The ringer. I really do.
Like with like a hardcore like Jordan. Well, not like a Jordan, like a Charlie type ringer.
Yeah, Jordan or Charlie, whatever. I think next season, season 26, we're not having a male ringer win. Like,
No, I don't think so.
I feel like because they probably don't want her. They probably want others to win more than her again. So that'd be probably a good time to do it because I want to see what she can do with it, male ringer.
Yeah. Part of me feels like a female contestant is winning next in season 26.
Oh, one of the next two guaranteed is a woman.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Whether it be, I don't know, with a pro who hasn't won before or not. And I think one's gonna be man, one's gonna be woman next year.
So we shall see.
I think so. The athlete, I feel like is gonna. I don't know. I can see it being either.
I feel like it depends on who they get for athletes. I'm not a sports person. I don't know that many athletes' names.
So it's like, are we gonna have an NFL winner again? Because I don't know. I feel like people are even commenting, "Okay, I'm getting a little sick of NFL," but like the fan bases come and like it's a different fan base every time too. We're getting kind of weird here with our rambling. So season 26, like, what do we want to see for season 26?
Okay. If Mark wants to come back, please come back. I love you and I need you on this show. I would love to see Mark back. If he doesn't want to come back to the show, I totally understand why. But if he wants to,
I know. I think like I gotta say with Mark though, this season I think he's sad now. I think he's gonna look back and hopefully say like, yeah, he didn't really lose anything. Like he had nothing to lose coming back. He got career promotion. They did like at least 2 of his songs on the show this season. And he's the opening act like for sold out shows for his partner. And he has that connection because he's getting all her fans now. And then he was on the same season as her. He was on the same season as Jordan Fisher. They could like collaborate.
that's true.
He's talking Jordan somewhat too. Like there's like so many opportunities that have like opened up by him doing this season.
I agree with that.
Like, yeah, so I feel like if he gets a partner, if he can find out if another partner comes along that would work for him and like that would benefit his career, I could totally see him coming back.
Yeah. So Mark's maybe. Things I would personally like to see. I'm a huge Sharna fan. I would love to see her win. So
I think I want to see Sharna win. Yeah, I want a finale next. I mean, this is probably not coming. In the next year, I want to see the following people make the finals: Sharna, Sasha, Keo, Artem, possibly Alan or Jenna.
I would love that. That would be a lit finale. Would be so lit.
Sharna, Sasha, Keo, Artem. Oh my gosh! Like maybe not all the same season. Maybe some in sports and some in regular. Because I feel like we're gonna have like I don't know. I feel like we're gonna have like Lindsay in the finals at least one of those seasons again. Hopefully Emma. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting my hopes up. But I feel like she's becoming one of like the more star female pros. I feel like Shmerkovsky will make the finals probably again.
Yeah. I agree with that. As far as other things I'd like to see, if they're gonna bring back Disney, I would love to see Disney. I would love to see better pro numbers. So
we need Mandy Moore needs to be fired after this season. Like I think we're done with her.
Yeah, I was not really impressed with a lot of Mandy's work this season, unfortunately. I really liked the opening number from the very first.
I want to see the troop choreographed numbers. There's a budget cut for you.
There's a good budget cut for you. If you really, Dancing with the Stars, if you really want to save money, I would say get rid of Mandy and then have the troop members choreograph bumpers and pro numbers, etc. Because number one, they'll be better. Number two, you cut the cost. Everybody wins.
Number 3, gets them ready to be a pro.
Gets them ready to be a pro. See that? It is a triple win situation here, guys.
Like Jenna, I want to see more from like if Jenna's troop. I think Jenna's gonna be pro at least for season 26. But yeah, oh yeah, and I think Haley's gonna be a pro in season 26.
You think Haley's gonna step up to the plate?
Somehow,
I would love that.
26, we're gonna have 7 male celebrities and 6 female celebrities, and so it's gonna be 7 women and 6 men as the pros. And yeah, and I think Haley and Jenna are both gonna be pros.
Ooh, so who would that leave? Whit, Lindsay, Emma, Sharna, Peta?
5, 6. Peta or a throwback.
Peta or a throwback.
I really think Peta's sitting out at least one of the next 2 seasons, including like athletes or the other thing. So in terms of celebrities I want to see, I still have like more archetype thoughts for each person. Um, I still want to see Gleb with an old lady and or conservative Christian. Like, he really, really needs that.
Like, you like a Candace type?
Candace type. Yeah, not a Bristol. No one needs that, but like
No,
Candace.
nobody needs a Bristol.
Like a Candace, Sadie, something like that, where he can't like, or an old lady even, where he can't like go sexual all the time. Or he didn't even do that this season, but like he needs to like be more creative, and giving him a challenge I think would help. Because like
I,
some people who were criticizing their choreo and then they got a challenge and then it got really good and then they showed what they were made of.
I feel like a challenge is good for any of the partners. I feel like Gleb kind of fades into the background sometimes as a pro, not because he's not talented, just because he doesn't tend to place further. Like this season, he didn't get that far with Sasha, unfortunately. Last season with Erica. Jana made the top 4, but I consistently forget about that.
Even then, like, yeah, because they were up against, even Tara was more memorable than her who didn't make it. Like, and then the 3 above, of course.
Right. And
So,
I really don't think it's anything Gleb's doing personally. I just, for whatever reason, he just doesn't tend to make it very far.
I think he needs a wake-up call. Because, like, the
How's
G
that?
really, really, like, adamantly against him for some reason. Like, it's really bad. Like, and I like Gleb, but he needs something to shake him. I think, and in a similar but also kind of different way, I think Artem needs a new approach, like someone who's gonna like make him take a new approach. Because again, he's still stuck in the Strictly mindset. I think he kind of broke out of that a little bit more this season, especially with the Disney number. Um, but he really needs I think he needs a partner. Here's the thing with Artem. Artem is so quiet, and he gets paired with like the nice, mild mannered people, and like fight in his background because they make no impact in terms of like personality. So I don't know if anyone here is watching Strictly Come Dancing. There is a celebrity named Susan Kalman on the show. She's a comedian. She is like, she's not the best dancer. She's like the equivalent of like David Ross. She's like female. Not the best dancer, but like getting the votes, like killing the game when she needs to. And her partner is used to getting the ringers, and he's been the runner-up. He's been a runner-up because second and third are both runner-up on that show every season he's been on. And like he might get that again with her, just because like he has to take new approaches. And I feel like Artem needs like a shake-up, like maybe not a wake-up call because he's doing well. Like he's not like being lazy. I would say he's actually like putting thought into things. He needs a shake-up. He needs someone who's going to be willing to do the talking in the interviews. He needs someone who's going to be like know what to say on camera that's memorable and stand out. Like Courtney from Pure said, he needs like the female equivalent of David Ross or Hinge. And yeah, that's the thing. I think like this is something else I want to talk about before we go, because like again we're running really long here. So I'm really happy for people like Frankie and Drew, but at the same time, I feel like if they were women, they might not have gotten the same reception. Especially Frankie, who is basically the same thing as Nancy last season, same kind of packages, and yet Nancy got raked over the coals and Frankie got celebrated.
I absolutely agree with that. And that was something I wanted to bring up when you asked, what do we want for season 26? I want female contestants to be treated the same way as male contestants, because more often than not, you see, somebody who's not really like that sure of themselves, a woman. If a woman contestant is not sure of themselves every week, they get raked over the coals.
God.
If somebody like Frankie is not sure of themselves every week, they get praised for it. And obviously, that's not a slight against Frankie. That was just the person who he is, and we should celebrate that. But we should do the same for women who are in that same mindset.
Yes.
For people like Nancy, who are kind of unsure of themselves.
I think, I don't know, I really want a woman who's like not the best dancer but very entertaining to come on and like make it to the end next season. That's like my biggest wish. I think the pro that would be most likely to be able to do that with them is like Sasha, because like he's the more fun type. I could definitely see that happening. However, I think like someone like Artem might need that more.
I would love to see Artem with somebody like.
He was so good with Patty. Patty helped him a lot, I think.
I think so too. I feel like a big boisterous personality, but like a good one, like in a good way, not in like an obnoxious way, but like in a good way would really help Artem. Like somebody like Bindi.
Maybe not even Bindi, because like I feel like Bindi was like too like cutesy over the top for him. Just like someone funny. Like he needs like someone to like who can like play off him a bit, and like he can play off of that. Like he can play off of them is what I mean. Like he can like take for them, because like I feel like right now Aaron's partners are kind of looking at him and he's being like really quiet and hang back, and they're like, okay, I should be quiet and hang back. But like knowing these celebrities, like, okay, yeah, I'm here, I'm gonna take this. I'm like not in a negative way. Cause yeah, I feel like the female pros are good at like getting all the energy up and everything. Like Peta seems a little tired lately, but that's because she's had the baby. But like, yeah, they know how to keep the energy up. And I feel like some of the male pros, especially Artem, aren't as good at that. And I also feel like Kio's kind of quiet, and he would do really well with a partner like that. I could see him like going right off and like playing off her immediately.
Kio's hilarious. Not a lot of people know that. Like,
Sasha and maybe Alan. Like I could see that.
Alan's super funny. That would be amazing.
Val has sort of had that ish with like Lori, sort of, and like kind of Tamar, but like the whole race thing played into Tamar. So, but like, cause she was funny too. But like, yeah, we need that to happen. Like Reba McEntire, someone like that. I don't know, someone.
That would be amazing. Oh
like,
my!
She comes on like I feel like it's gonna be like a country singer, not Shania Twain. Maybe I don't know if she really has that personality. Like just like a country singer woman comes on and she's like, yeah, she's like a mom, she's gonna do it for her kids, but it's like really like positive fun. Like that's what I want more than anything. Like I'm voting for that woman. Like,
me too.
Celebrity, my hypothetical dream celebrity. Like that's happening. That needs to happen one day. Other than that, Ali Carvalho's name's been thrown around.
She has. I know she's on a show on NBC and it probably films in the fall, but if they can make it work, I would love to see her on the show.
Yeah, it looked good. Did it get canceled?
I don't think it did. That's like something to Google because I don't think it did.
Okay, because like if she can be on,
if she could be on, I would love for her to be on. Mark or Alan, please.
And then she can win, and like she can join Lin-Manuel Miranda's Mirror Ball Club.
And then Lin-Manuel Miranda can win his own.
Oh my gosh, yes. I want him on too.
Listen.
I want Leslie Odom Jr. or I forgot what his name is.
What?
I want Leslie or Devi Diggs on. Or even Odo.
Oh my gosh, I would die.
Like I mean I died at Jordan. Like I already died. Like we were saying for months, like who's the most likely Hamilton cast member to join this show? Jordan Fisher.
And he done did it.
He's here. I'm really happy for Katie, especially because she really wanted him and he won. And I'm like, yay, somebody's dream celebs do a good job.
I know. It's
or mine do. Sorry, mine do, and then they get screwed over.
Oops. But yeah, so as far as like other people I would want on the show, let me look at my list here real quick. I know I have
Olympians both in the athlete season and the regular season. I think
you think so?
More Olympians.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Winter Olympics are happening. Duh.
Guaranteed we have another figure skater and the whole ringer thing happens again, and I'm like, I'm done with this.
I'm sure they'll use the figure skaters on the all sports.
Yeah, get that over with there.
Let me see here.
You 10 weeks of random complaints.
Okay, so I have my list is decent. My list is decently long. I haven't updated it in a while, hence why it took me so long to find. But a couple people on my list that I think would do the show that I think are kind of in the realm of possibility. My number one is Jennifer Connelly, actually.
Oh my gosh, Labyrinth Dance.
That's exactly the reason I want it. But I would want her with Derek. But anybody else would be fine. I think she'd do really well.
Derek or Gleb, maybe.
Gleb, I think, would be good.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey, please. I need him.
Winnie needs to happen, or Dr. Phil.
Oh my gosh, they would make the finals. I guarantee.
Yeah, Steve Harvey. I don't know. Yeah.
Steve Harvey, Darren Criss or Chris Colfer.
Darren congratulated Jordan, so he's aware of the happenings.
He's aware of the happenings. I would love for Darren Criss to be on the show. That would be amazing.
Darren needs to be on the show. Like I want him with Lindsay. But Lindsay just said Jordan, but I really want him with Lindsay.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Nikki Blonsky, who you might remember as Tracy from the 2007 Hairspray.
She wants to be on with Keo.
That would be amazing. Plus, the other two Tracys have already done the show, so she should come on and do it with Keo. Keo would make the finals. That would be amazing. This is probably getting into this is close to Heather-esque ringer territory, but I would really love it. Any Broadway fans out there will know this name. Her name is Sutton Foster.
Yeah, I know her. I don't know her, but I know her name.
Yeah. Right. She's mostly known for being a Broadway star, but she's on a TV show, a very popular one called Younger. I think it's on TV Land. I've never seen it, but it is very popular.
Speaking of Younger, Hilary Duff.
So, and Hilary Duff, by the way, she's also on my list. She's actually right behind him.
What about Leah?
Leah Salonga, I would absolutely love to see her on the show.
I want to see her with Alan or she's really short, right? Oh my gosh,
I think she's.
Or is that someone?
So she'd be like a Sasha.
Yeah, she'd be a Sasha.
I don't know.
That'd be fun. She'd be cool with, I think, anybody. She's that type. I really want I don't know. All my favorites are sitcoms, like Lisa Whelchel for Gleb. I have that lined up. Will Friedle for Lindsay. He's just like Frankie was. I wanted him to come on the song because he actually has social anxiety and whatever, and I feel like that could be a really good storyline and inspiring. And then Frankie did it, but he could do it too, and he's really cool. Sorry. One of the names that keeps popping up are the Maori siblings.
Oh, that's right. Any of them.
Taj. Tia is pregnant right now, but she'll probably have had the baby by then. Well, she will have had the baby by then. It's not a year-long pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's a few months along by now, so yeah. And people have done it right after having babies, so. But even
there you go.
Kim or Taj, I think that'd be cool too. Those two together would be good. Taj and Whitney would have to happen.
Yes.
But I want the sisters with Artem and Keo, but they're going to Max and Val.
Oh man, you know it, but dang it, I would love them with Artem and Keo.
Well, actually, Tamara could get Gleb because she's that kind of.
She's goofy. Is she goofy?
Yeah, and Christian conservative-ish type person.
There you go. All right, so I'm gonna pop over to live chat here to see what else we've missed. Emily said that she gave us all the seasons that PETA was a pro on. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, or 22, 24, and 25. So it's 11.
Because it's 11 seasons she was pro. Was she a troop for just season 12 or more? Because I know she was in the original troop. Hang on. I'm going to Google her.
All right. So while you're Googling that, season 23 was interesting for Emma, to say the very least. Although season 23 and Emma gave me one of my favorite gifts of all time. It's the one of Rick Perry going like this during the Green Acres dance.
This thing? Yeah, like this, that.
Yeah, it was really funny. Can you imagine a collab between Lindsay Sterling, Jordan Fisher, and Mark Ballas? I would die.
Oh my gosh.
Would die.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, PETA's been on 12 seasons.
Okay.
She was troop for season 12.
Okay, so let's say 12 is the rough estimate. That's 6 years-ish.
Yes, it's a 6-year contract. And because she said this was her first contract, so.
Interesting. She said, so I guess she asked a question while we were talking about Artem. Artem was someone younger or more popular from GP? I guess more popular with the GP.
More popular from GP.
Yeah. Emily also said this was one of her favorite seasons. This was mine too. And she knows who Sutton Foster and Hilary Duff are. Yes, Emily. Yes, I would love Sutton Foster to be on the show. She's one of my favorite people ever. I would, and Hilary Duff too. Both of them would be amazing. Sutton Foster kind of borders into that very close to ringer territory, kind of she's not a professional dancer the way that Heather was, but she's also a really, really trained dancer. She can tap dance all over everywhere.
Yeah. What about Ali Machaka?
Or Ali and AJ. One of them would be great.
AJ is on the Goldbergs. Which
is she really?
Yes, isn't it? Never mind. Well, yeah. Ali and AJ just released music, and Ali's not really doing anything, so.
Ali or AJ. I would love that.
I feel I don't know, and then probably some athletes, but I don't even know who to predict for the athlete season other than Olympian, NFL, because I don't know, what, like, who these names are. Like, I feel really weird, but I just don't know.
Yeah, athletes are not my area of expertise, guys. I got nothing.
I'd also like to see maybe more like a country star would be good, like a female country star, like I said. Because I
Shania
feel
Twain. Has anybody seen My Soldier? She would just have to dance a soldier every week.
like I just don't think she's not like who I'm thinking, like the kind of type I'm looking for. Maybe she'd be good. Or maybe she'd be like Redfoo and be first out after guest judging.
Awkward.
Um, Another girl grouper, I guess, like TLC.
That'd be good. I could, yeah.
Becky G. I think like Kelsey Ballerini was like one of the top guesses for a Mark partner this season.
Her and Tori Kelly.
Yeah, and then I was thinking Lindsay, and then like someone said Lindsay's on tour, and then I just dropped that. But then it's like, oh yeah, she's on.
And amazing how that worked out.
But yeah, then yeah, I remember the Derek Mutual thing.
Oh, can't
I'm
believe.
still shocked got Jordan not a Descendants person because we were thinking Dove or whatever.
Yeah, we were thinking it was going to be one of the Descendants kids, but it ended up being Jordan, which I could not have been more happy about.
Oh yeah. So if Sharna's gonna win one of these seasons, who do we think she could win with?
Probably another. I don't know. We've had guys win the past 2 seasons, and one of them was like a really, really strong natural dancer, and the other one was just really charismatic and caring and was a good dancer. So we've already had those 2 archetypes won. So I don't really know what else is left other than we do an All Stars and she
Yeah.
wins with James.
Can that happen? Like, please? Please?
Please. Hopefully. We'll see
Season
that.
30, it'll probably happen. And then hopefully she'll be on the show then.
Oh, here's a good one. This is actually a really good idea because ABC tie-in. Emily suggested having Luke Bryan on the show.
Ooh, yeah. So that's a country singer.
Yeah, because he's a country singer and he's judging American Idol.
Oh my gosh,
So,
speaking of American Idol, you know what I just thought of? I think the winner
what?
of American Idol is going to be on.
That's right. I'm sure whoever wins American Idol this upcoming year is going to get asked to do DWTS, and I'm sure they'll do it.
Maybe in their Bachelor person. I'm really getting sick of the Bachelor.
Oh my gosh. The new Bachelor.
I'm really wondering how they're going to do this season because like everyone hates the lead. Like no one's interested. And
maybe they'll do the Bachelorette.
So, like, it's gonna be oversaturated Bachelor because they got 4 shows going on this next year. They got Bachelor, Winter Games, Bachelorette, and Paradise. That's all happening next year.
Wow.
Like,
wow.
big people miss you because it's like Bachelor for like 8 straight months with 4 weeks off for the dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Literally starting on January 1st till like September. Bachelor Monday.
Oh man. Yeah, funny how that works.
It's like one long season. It's gonna be like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm hopefully like okay, this was like I mean, we're taking a year off kind of like it doesn't really feel like it because tour is going on for so long and then we have 4 weeks this season and there's going to be the preseason of course. So, it doesn't feel like it, but like this was the last regular episode of Dancing with the Stars till September. And so Jordan and Lindsay are going to be the reigning champs for a year.
Which is amazing. So.
And I think this was like, I don't know, like last season, I was like, kind of be glad to be done with the show for a while. Although I really wanted to go to tour, it just seemed fun. But like, yeah, it was just like, yeah, it's a good ending. And now I think, like, this season made me want the show not to end. But like, I think that's a good thing because I'd rather like end off for a whole year on this than on last season me worrying about like spending a whole year worrying about what they're going to do to the next crop of celebrities, how they're going to torture them. Like I think this was like it was good to end on because it's sad because we're not going to see it for a while, but like it was a good one to end on. It gave me hope for the future of the show. Knock on wood. Like
I do agree with that.
like we're moving in a better direction. Like this was like amazing.
It was a really good season. We ended on such a high note after a very little a very not very manipulated season, and this is great. This is a perfect note to end on for an
There was
entire
like no
year.
assholes in this cast, and the one who was gonna be an asshole like did a face turn very quickly. Like wow, like this is like I can like look back and like have positive feelings in Dancing with the Stars because like I don't know, man. Like when AGT ended, like I wanted the next season to come really fast just so we can get that out of mind. But I'm like, is it gonna be even worse next season? And like I'm gonna be scared of that for the next 6 months till
Hmm.
AGT starts, and then I'll be like freaking out all summer. So yeah, it's just so weird though to think like we're getting a new season of like Big Brother and Got Talent, and a whole nother season of Survivor, even though this one like is still going on before we get like official new like real season of Dancing with the Stars. Like
That's amazing.
I feel like I don't know how long it's gonna feel like. Cause like it still feels like Rashad won yesterday, so I don't know.
It
We'll
does
see.
kind of. It does.
Like I feel like it's gonna be so different because like Emma and Sasha are gonna be married. Maybe someone else will be engaged. Maybe someone else having a baby.
It's amazing. It really is. But
I'm gonna feel so different next season. I don't know. I'm glad we have the 4 weeks. I think 4 weeks is just enough because the spring season's usually stuck anyway.
yeah,
I think
that's
four
true.
weeks is just enough of like a taste of the show. Like, yeah, we missed you. Yeah, we're doing this thing. Okay, see you in the fall. Like, I think that's gonna be just
Yeah, I agree. So,
yeah. This is a really good note to end on. Like, I've been kind of viewing this as like the last season of the show. I don't know why. Like all season, I've been feeling I haven't really been looking ahead past it.
well, just because it's like so far away. Like we didn't think that we were getting
Yeah,
another full season.
yeah, this is it. Like, I don't know, like, because I was even scared it was gonna get canceled, but like, I think it's been doing fine. It's still like an ABC's top ratings getter.
It is,
We'll
and
see
there's
what Idol, but like,
yeah,
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see how Idol turns out. Um, any other thoughts before we go?
I don't know. I'm just happy. Like,
Me too.
glad this season's over, and I'm glad we get like a month-long break before tour shenanigans and wedding shenanigans and whatever else is gonna happen in the summer, and no other tour shenanigans maxing out. So it feels like it's gone, but it's not going away. Like I think this right now, this next month is gonna be like the least amount of DWTS happenings. It's gonna be the quietest month till season 26 when
I agree with that. Yes, and
tour the mini season, then another tour, and then not to mention the wedding and whatever else.
right. So, Dancing with the Stars has not left our lives completely. It just left our TVs for a little while.
Yeah, I think I think a break will be good because I've been looking for a break for a while. I think this is like I think this will be good. And like the next month is gonna be the quietest month probably. So that
Yes.
and it's just like a nice note to end on. Like if this were the last season of the show, and I know it's not, but like I'd be sad, but like it'd
You,
be I could live. Like I don't know. Last season being the last season, like despite Rashad winning and everything, like because like I really like that personally. I don't think that would have been kind of sour. Yeah, like yeah, this is like nice. So I think I gotta go. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm sure we'll do more discussions. Like I want to do BGT ones. We'll probably whoever I get for that will be probably only the audition round because the live rounds are like take place every day over a week, and I'm not doing an hour-long discussion on that every day. So we'll see.
yes.
But I definitely want to do the chats for the tour and the the what's it the mini season.
The
And
mini season.
before we go, one last thing. My announcement that I've been waiting to talk about for a week.
Carry on. Do it.
So, basically, and I'm going to be posting a written version of this because, like, not everyone's watching. I'm probably posting the written version tomorrow. Or maybe, yeah. I've, like, been in the fandom for, like, 2 years now. And, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm fully, like, suiting it. And I feel like it's taken over my whole, like, timeline on internet. I mean, it's taken over my presence. And then I continue. It's gotten into a cycle because I wanted to be, like, talk about everything in my life. And it turned into Dancing with the Stars. And like it's still there because that's who interacts with me. So I'm trying to expand upon it, and I decided in addition to doing pure AGT because that's not starting up for like a few more months, I'm gonna be doing some stuff on the side. And you guys actually inspired me to do this because the Hannah Montana argument in the fandom. Um, Okay, so there's been debate between Jake and Jesse and Hannah Montana. And saying it out loud sounds weird. Like, there's this thing on Hannah Montana where there's like this, she's deciding between two guys in the love triangle, and people are debating which one. And so, like, this made me want to do one of those blogs where it's like, insert thing here reviewed. And so I think I'm going to try this, and I'm going to start it maybe next week. Throwback Disney and Nick reviewed. I don't know if that's what it's going to be called, but I'm definitely going to do that. Hopefully you guys read it. I really want to make this like a community thing.
I'd be really into that.
I want to start, like, my Curious Cat's doing so on. I want to start more conversations, but I might want to start things I can, like, maybe make money off of someday and make a career out of, like, writing. And so, like, this is just, like, to get me going through the next few months, partly just to get my writing skills sharp, because, like, I'm not gonna be writing about much else. And so, yeah, I did a poll today between that and some other stuff, and, like, people seem interested in the throwback TV stuff. So I'm guessing my first entry is gonna be the He Can Be the One episode, because that's what made me want to do this. So yeah, I'm gonna do some throwback stuff. So basically, what it is gonna be, I'm gonna be setting up the blog in the next few days. I'm gonna try and do at least one a week, of some sort of show, and you guys can request episodes. And it doesn't have to be the same show all the time, because I know everyone likes Hannah Montana, but, like, I can do, like, That's So Raven, I can do Sweet Life, I can do Lizzie McGuire, and, like, just kind of, like, talking about it, like, talking about my reaction as a kid, and when I'm older now, like, making fun of it, like, sometimes, like, I don't know, just having a fun time with that, and, like, comparing it to Disney now, because, like, Disney is kind of in a renaissance right now, doing a few things, so it'd be cool to make some comparisons. So yeah, I'm gonna be posting that official announcement tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have the blog up. I have to do some other stuff. I'm gonna be doing some more stuff at Interact over for the next few weeks. But yeah, so I feel like that's something people would want to read, hopefully. I don't know.
I would want to read it, and I'm sure everybody else will read it.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Like, if y'all could help promote it, share it somewhere, like, yeah, like, hopefully I'll have that in the next few days, because I gotta do my Interact blogging season wrap-up stuff, and then He Can Be the One, hopefully coming within the next week. So there's my announcement. There, it's happening. I will be posting a long written version of this tomorrow. But yeah, thanks. Thank you to everyone for following me. Thank you for making my Curious Cat, like, the biggest it's ever been. It kind of blew up in the last season, and it just continued on, like, all hiatus and into now. Hit 14K. Just thank you so much. And I know I don't really, like, I know I'm not totally fitting in with this fandom, and I don't, like, talk to everybody, and not everyone understands me, and I've had some times where I've gone off the deep end. But yeah, I think this season, like, made me feel good inside, made me feel like I could talk to people more. Hopefully I continue that on hiatus. But yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, that's awesome. But yeah. As far as final thoughts are concerned, guys, thank you guys so much for continuing to watch us. Our views have been growing all season long. We're very pleased. So thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for future episodes. You can follow me and Julia on social media. Her at Julia Delwell and me at DWTS Hannah. And we're wrapping up.
I think so. I think this is it for a while. So we'll try and do a tour one of these in January. I will message you. I'm sure we're going to be talking a lot on hiatus. There's a lot going on.
There's absolutely a lot going on.
And yeah. So we're gonna just sign off now. I don't know. I don't know.
Guys, have a happy holiday season. We're gonna sign off. We will see you guys in January with our tour video.
Yep.